How's it going, guys? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey to bring you the potential trade targets video for the Ottawa Senators and what's going to happen with them leading into the NHL trade deadline 2019. Let's get right into it. Please subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and respect the jersey because I'm here from Toronto, obviously, but this video is dedicated to Ottawa, the Senators, and yeah, the Senators have had a lot of issues. You can go from Eugene Melnyk to the Erik Karlsson Hoffman issues. Obviously, Ottawa at the point that they were at, being in the Eastern Conference Final against the Penguins, now at the bottom of the league. So obviously they're going to be talking with teams. Obviously they're going to be interested in making moves. What moves are they going to be making? So we're going to do this kind of reverse. What players are they going to be trading away possibly? That starts right off the top with Mark Stone, Matt Duchene. Obviously, teams would be really interested in guys like this. Top line forwards, guys that can put up like possibly even a point per game in the playoffs. We're not saying that's going to happen, but Mark Stone's an elite, big power forward who can play on your top line, and Matt Duchene, for a lot of teams, will probably fit on their second line center. I can say, for example, we're going to talk about in this video, the Winnipeg Jets would definitely be interested in a guy like Matt Duchene, Ryan Dzingel, Cody Ceci, Bodker, Zach Smith, Jean-Gabriel Pageau. There's lots of names we could talk about. I don't think anyone's safe on the Sens besides names like Thomas Chabot, prospects like Logan Brown, and then young rookie and Brady Tkachuk. So guys like that are not going to be moved. But other than that, there's no one really safe in Ottawa. Who are they going to target? Well, if we're talking about the Winnipeg Jets, for example, a guy like Christian Vesalainen is a guy that you would want to look at. A young forward who obviously just came from Europe. He's a guy that, I mean, the Winnipeg Jets at the start of the season were trying to fit him into the lineup. He's a young guy that could see a bright future with Ottawa. Another guy is Cody Glass with the Vegas Golden Knights. Not sure Vegas would want to give up one of their top prospects again after the Pacioretty trade and losing Nick Suzuki. But if you're looking at a guy like Mark Stone, which Vegas has been rumored to be in part with talks with Ottawa, then you need to get a guy like Cody Glass in those trade talks. Another one is Dante Fabro. We've already talked about him in other trade rumors with the Nashville Predators. The Predators have been rumored to be interested in both Duchene, Stone, and actually at some points Ryan Dzingel. A first-round pick is one of their potential targets. I think any trade that happens with whether it's Stone or Duchene, even Dzingel, but I feel like Dzingel's, it's going to be more like a second-round pick and like a B-level prospect, more and around there, or like a third-round pick and B-level prospect. But the first-round picks are definitely a must when it's coming down to Duchene or Stone trade. And then Josh Ho-Sang's another one for a potential trade target for the Ottawa Senators. The Sens, like I said, you want to look for trades that are a buy low, kind of like a low risk, high reward scenario. For Ho-Sang's situation, it's more of a high risk, so probably a high risk, high reward situation. But Ho-Sang's an intriguing prospect. Well, not a prospect anymore, but he has always been an intriguing asset because he's obviously had the off-ice issues with the Islanders organization, but he's always been categorized as a guy that could be a top six forward. Another one is Jesse Puljujarvi with the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, there's been huge issues with Edmonton, both Ottawa and Edmonton. Maybe they make a deal, whether it's like a guy that struggled with Ottawa. I don't know what the deal would come down to. I don't think Edmonton would risk giving these guys up for a Stone or Duchene that's going to be a rental, and the Oilers don't even make the playoffs. But it's definitely a conversation. And then two guys in Dallas, in Valery Nichushkin and Julius Honka. For me, these are two guys that really haven't reached their potential, especially Julius Honka, who's been with the organization this whole time. For Nichushkin, it's a little different. He obviously went to Russia after his rookie year, so that is a little different. He hasn't really panned out this year, though. For Honka, he was supposed to be that top four defenseman, and he hasn't panned out that way either. Maybe Ottawa again. Buy low, high reward. It could be a scenario with those two players. And I know Dallas, who's kind of creeping in on that playoff spots there, could always use a secondary scoring or one of their defensemen, whether it's a Cody Ceci. But yeah, I could feel like Ottawa and Dallas could link up on a trade there. Another one is Andre Burakovsky. We've already talked about the rumors with Burakovsky. The Sens have been interested. The Canucks have been interested. Lots of teams have been interested in Burakovsky. Burakovsky is a guy you want to change of scenery, and he could fit into the top 6 for Ottawa for the rest of the season and then moving on to next year. Another one I have is actually 3 scenarios with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I feel like the Lightning are still, despite having little holes to fill, I feel like they could still make lots of moves. They have so many prospects. The Lightning are stacked on prospects. Kind of like the Leafs, they have a whole bunch of underrated prospects that I feel like they could lose. We're talking about Taylor Radish, Mitchell Stevens, Matthew Joseph. There's a lot of names, especially coming out of Team Canada and the World Juniors that we saw. And I remember talking about it, the Lightning owning all these prospects. It's kind of crazy, and obviously the Lightning want to win now. They don't want to be wasting these years of Stamkos, Kucherov, and obviously the contract upcoming of Braden Point. So maybe the Senators link up on that and intrigue them with a Stone or Duchesne. But yeah, to close off this video, hopefully you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from, because the Sens aren't a buyer, right? So when I'm making these videos, obviously I'm talking about big guns. Of the Sens are going to be targeting guys that I just listed, guys that are obviously under the radar, or younger guys that really haven't fit well with the teams that they're currently in, or just prospects in general. Whatever it is, the Sens are a team that's going to be losing their roster players, not gaining roster players, and I think that these are the players that you want to target if you're Ottawa. And if you're Pierre Dorion, his organization has already screwed up on multiple occasions, so you want to obviously fix them in some way. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have been sick lately, so I appreciate the support. Obviously been off some days and still trying to grind out these videos. So if you could support the channel, subscribe, drop a like, comment always. I want to hear your opinions. So again, sorry I've been sick, but I'm excited to keep making content for you guys. And we're excited for the rest of the season, NHL trade deadline, and then playoffs to come. All right, guys, it's John from Hot Take Hockey. Peace out.